OG Lee in the house once again. Thank goodness. Hey, everybody's talking about this Gayle King, Lisa Leslie video, but my man Dr. Umar Johnson is on some other shit. Check it out.
Now, what is Dr. Umar's evidence to support the belief that the greatest NBA basketball player of all time, Kobe Bryant, was murdered? I am unequivocal in my position that Kobe Bryant was assassinated. I am unequivocal in my position. See, y'all not dealing with some YouTube coon. Y'all not dealing with somebody who woke up yesterday and started a YouTube page. You're not dealing with some con artists who push black consciousness in the interest of personal capitalism. I live this shit. I've been living it since 9 years old, 4th grade, 18th in Oxford, Mead Elementary School. I live this shit. I'm not Johnny come lately to the game. I live this shit. What evidence do you have? But before I go into that, let me briefly speak on investigating assassination somehow disrupts the grieving process. I want to know where you got your goddamn doctorate in psychology at. Because speaking as a psychotherapist of more than 20 years experience, when someone has a loved one who was murdered, one of the most difficult things for them to do is to move on without having all the answers. One of the best ways to help a family get over their pain is to help them get answers, to bring justice to the situation. What did you see Trayvon Martin's mother and father doing right after he got murdered? What did you see Michael Brown's mother and father and stepfather doing? Eric Garner's wife. Did they say stop asking questions until we're done grieving? Did they say leave us alone for a minute, or did they get right after the pursuit? Talking about justice. You don't pursue justice until grieving is over. You jackass, when you lose somebody you love, you never stop grieving. The day after the murder, they was looking for answers. The hell wrong with you? Who you know lost somebody they love who's over the grieving process? You don't get over that shit. You will always hurt. There's always a piece of you that will grieve for the rest of your life. I'm talking facts. You don't ever get over. There's no end to grieving. The best way we can help Kobe's widow and family is to get the answers. Truth is truth, whether you can prove it or not. You disagree with me? Well, let's talk about the greatest unprovable truth of all. That is that God exists. Does God exist? Can you ever prove unequivocally that there is a supreme creator? You can't absolutely prove it, just like you can't absolutely disprove it. So don't tell me, because if you don't have proof, you cannot entertain a particular narrative or conclusions. Lawyers do it in the courtroom all the time. They create suspicion where there is none. They manufacture evidence where there is none. It's called the art of persuasion. Opinions masquerading as facts. The National Basketball Association is a suspect. The NBA, as a multinational corporation, is a suspect. That's right. The goddamn NBA is a suspect. As soon as I said that, Mama Oya blew my cell phone off the stand. As soon as I named the NBA as a suspect, soon when I said the NBA, Orisha Oya blew my phone off the stand. That's not proof that it was the NBA, but that's damn sure some good evidence that soon when I mention the NBA, the ancestors blow the cell phone off the stand. I just wanted to point that out.
Wait. Say that again.
That's not proof that it was the NBA, but that's damn sure some good evidence that soon when I mention the NBA, the ancestors blow the cell phone off the stand.
I don't know about all that, Doc. Come on now, that's reaching.
Y'all see what just happened, brothers and sisters? Did you see what just happened? And soon when I mention the NBA as the first suspect in Kobe's death, my cell phone get blown off the stand.
All right.
The goddamn NBA is a suspect. NBA is a suspect. Suspect. That's not proof. It's still debatable, but it's a good piece of evidence.
It gets better. It gets better.
The National Basketball Association is a suspect. Oh, yes. And I'm going to give you a little bit of rationale for why I believe this. Remember, you're talking to the greatest black psychologist of the 21st century. Put some respect on my name. You're talking to the greatest Pan-Africanist of the 21st century. Put some respect on my name. You're talking to the greatest black school psychologist, Pan-Africanist, orator of the 21st century. Put some respect on my name. The reason I believe the NBA is suspicious is because Kobe Bryant was building a very strong business foundation in Red China. For the last couple of years, Kobe Bryant has been building a very powerful business foundation in Red China. As you know, America can't stand China because China is the only country America cannot beat in a straight up war. America has been trying to destabilize China. That's why you got bird flu and all these other flus. They keep popping up on the Chinese people to disrupt the society in order to sabotage the Chinese economy. America can't stand China. The only reason why the NBA is over there having games is they're trying to use the NBA as a velvet glove for the iron fist of white capitalism to try to get in and destroy from within. I said the reason the NBA is having games in China is because that is a front for the United States power structure so that they can get in and destroy from within. The other reason why the NBA is having games in China is because Kobe Bryant was having talks about starting a league in China, an international league based in China. Do you know how much money the NBA would stand to lose if Kobe Bryant starts his own league and is based in China? Problem with you jackasses is you don't read anything. That's right. Kobe Bryant, one man, was more popular in the most populated country in the world than the entire NBA and all its teams put together. Kobe Bryant was a god in China. Kobe Bryant was more popular in China than everybody else put together. That's the point that I'm making. Add that to the fact that he probably has a chip on his shoulder anyway for being robbed of at least 2 MVPs. Add that to the fact he probably had a chip on his shoulder because they keep on putting LeBron James above Kobe and who's the greatest of all time conversation. And I love and support and respect LeBron James, but he cannot tie Kobe's shoestrings. No disrespect to King James. I don't give a damn about no analytics. The only reason why they leave Kobe out of that conversation is because an alleged charge of sexual improprieties. That's right. Kobe Bryant's business ventures posed a threat to the NBA's success. Kobe Bryant's business activity as a retired NBA athlete was not your usual investments for a retired NBA player. Problem with you jackasses is if it's not on TMZ, you don't pay attention to it. Kobe Bryant was on some next level shit. Kobe Bryant was on some next level shit, brothers and sisters. A lot of our NBA players, they retire, they get a restaurant, get a nightclub, get a clothing company, open up a couple small businesses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Kobe Bryant was on some next level shit. He wasn't on no small time business. International sports leagues, video game development, the IT business. Kobe was on some big shit He was on some Bill Gates shit. He wasn't on no small time shit. They said by the time Kobe retired, he done made almost $1 billion in the NBA alone. He was damn near a billionaire when he left the game. What you think he got a damn Hollywood production company? It ain't as big as Tyler Perry's, but he was on his way. Kobe Bryant was investing in animation. You know how much money they make off of animation? Excuse me, Avatar? Excuse me, Star Wars? Do you realize some of the biggest films in American history, global history, were animated films? China is the heaven for animation. The Chinese IT business corners the market when it comes to animation. Kobe was moving silently, but moving powerfully. Kobe Bryant had his hands in almost a dozen different multinational, multi-billion-dollar business efforts, one of them being a possible league that would undermine the NBA. So if you're wondering why he was killed, I suggest you look at Kobe Bryant's sports interests. I suggest you look at Kobe Bryant's ideas to start an international basketball league with Chinese corporations as a partner.
Hey, there may be some more to this story. I want you to stay tuned for episode 2. Anyway, this is OJ Lee, and I'll see you again soon.